Scorpio, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign. This is an energy reading, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. This is an energy reading, so if you're not a Scorpio, but for some reason you're drawn to this message, it's definitely for you. And this is where your message begins. And guys, look what's at the bottom of the deck. Let's review what this means. Victory, success, clarity, breakthrough, allowing suddenly that you understand or know or see or triumphed over a very difficult situation. Think King Arthur, young Arthur pulling the sword from the stone. This kind of energy of success, eureka, finally. And on the bottom of the deck is the card that comes right before this, and that's the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is just, you just can't get worse than it. It's like everything is, it's done. It's completely finished. The pain has gotten to be too much. And the good thing about the Ten of Swords is that it's over with. It's just done. So we've completed a really rough cycle, and whatever has been causing you a great deal of pain, and yes, this can be physical pain as well, is clearing up, or you're getting a solution to it. You're getting your answers. You're getting your breakthrough. So where do we go from here? We move away from, so you've been holding on because you've been going through a lot of crap. You've been holding on to stuff that maybe you wouldn't normally hold on to, or you've been holding on to stuff that wasn't fulfilling you. And now you're liberated. It's almost like these cords are cut and you're able to say, I give up on something. I don't want something anymore. I don't have any interest in it anymore. I don't care about it. Now, the truth is you probably have felt this way about something or someone for a while, but you haven't been able to act upon it. And that's the difference. The difference is now the Eight of Cups comes this week and it says, no, I'm empowered to not have to tolerate what isn't for me anymore. And I think that that's what is really clear. Something diverged. It went in a different direction. And I think that made you realize the truth of a person's intentions, or the truth of the situation, when it went into a direction that you didn't expect it to go. And ultimately what that did was leave you with nothing but the truth. And as much as that may have killed you inside, it liberated you externally, because then it became very clear that you had a right, that you had a right to choose what was right for you. And this is all unfolding this week. So we got to keep getting more cards on this. Maybe a little bit of a backstory. You also now have the freedom to be able to choose a different direction, or to go in a completely different direction. And there is a lot of traveling here. It may not be travel, but it's like it's releasing yourself in order to go into the direction that you've had interest in, and letting go of those things that you haven't been interested in, right? No more obligations. So this is the Devil. So something was heavily weighing you down, manipulating you through greed and maybe shame. This could have been addiction, certainly restrictions with laws, rules, regulations, debt, towering on you. This energy of blocking you from being able to move on. This is Two of Cups, so maybe it had to do with a romantic situation, an obsession, an obsessive romantic situation. I don't think you were necessarily dealing with a Capricorn. I think that now you're free to love, certainly, and be happy and contented with your relationship. These restrictions, I want to know more about the Devil card. It's a major arcana, so we've got to go a little bit deeper into that. What is going on with Scorpio? Clarify the Devil energy here. Karma. It's something karmic that had to fulfill its cycle. But karma, especially with the Ace of Swords, it's something that you had to learn. So for some reason, there was a pattern that kept repeating itself until you finally were able to complete it by learning the lesson. So that's what it was. The devil was here representing karma. Karma finally comes around, and your magic shows through, creating a sense of karma, maybe even mirroring it back and saying, no, yeah, you're not gonna, unless somebody generated karma, somebody that tried to restrict you or hold you back, ultimately this would snap around to bite them in the ass. This Page of Swords is kind of like a renewal of freshness. We're not going to listen to bullshit. We're going to have an open mind to things. So it's almost like a complete rebellion against this Saturnian energy of restriction. But I wouldn't say rebellion. It's more of a liberation. God, I got to get more specific for you guys. I love this energy though. The Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups, this beautiful contentment with your connection and connectivity to the simple things, the small things, almost like simplifying things, because we have the Two of Wands too. It's not looking for the big answer or the big solution anymore. It's looking for the things that make you the most happy and realizing it, discovering it, and being able to liberate yourself from those things that were restricting you based on greed, based on, oh, but you need this in your life, or I'm going to try to scare you by saying you won't get this or you won't have that. And you're like, well, this is the realization of what's really important to you. And that liberates you, because once you realize what's actually important to you, then people can't control you. Or circumstances can't control you by what it threatens to take away from you. If what it threatens to take away from you is something that you're glad to let go of. Let's get a moon card, because we actually do have a new moon coming. It's a new moon in Pisces, which means Scorpio for some of you. This new moon will be trine to your sun, which is kind of an easement. In other words, an easement of a new beginning. Like this is you're capable of starting fresh now. There's no obstacles in your way. And that's what the clarifiers on top of the devil card was. It's like, no, I've learned my lesson. I've figured things out. I've rediscovered my personal power. And so I don't have to be stuck anymore. It's finally really making a decision or getting to a point where you can decide the direction in your own life and make the decision to do so, put it in action. Remember, guys, brief interruption. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and then ring that notification bell. And if you select all notifications, you'll get notified when I go live. And this is the only place that I do free public tarot card readings. So if you like that, definitely subscribe and click on for notifications. And if you're looking for a personal reading, I do provide those. Please check out my website. It's the only place you can book with me, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. Here we have take time to breathe out. So this is a relieving energy, something you can de-stress over. Or it's the universe saying, hey, you know what? Don't worry about things. And I don't think you will be worried about things, Scorpio. I think that that's the good news of this reading, is that you're able to finally get rid of whatever it was that was dogging you. What a beautiful relief. Ooh, I could almost feel the relief. And I think now, if you were waiting or you was held back or something between you and another person, it's that block isn't going to be there anymore. You're not going to have anything hindering the two of you getting together or restricting the two of you being happy. Like it's not going to exist anymore. Let's get these cards. Wow, we have soulmate energy. Maybe somebody had to think about things. Somebody had to figure stuff out. Because we do have a lot of swords that are here. So we have soulmates. We have the Two of Cups. it's almost like there was stuff in the way. There was stuff that was maybe even fear. But I think somebody's finally liberated and able to now connect with you. Patience was key here. I think it had a lot to do with it. This could have something to, I don't know if like text messages or DMs or flirting online or something like that had something to do with it. But this is kind of like that full circle, that this is the energy of just timing was of the essence here. And I think somebody was very restricted in terms of timing, or they were, I don't know, something that they had a lot of obligations. So what this is saying is, there's been a relief valve or an opening. Maybe so. Opening for what though? How does that energy come into Scorpio's life? Opening for what? For heartbreak? What? There's an opening for heartbreak? Well, they don't want that. What do you mean by that? What? That sucks. What the hell do you mean by that? Why is the Three of Cups here, Three of Swords here? Because somebody's holding on. Somebody's not letting go. Somebody's scared. Or somebody was scared. Something to do with fear of heartbreak. So maybe that's what it was. Somebody was heartbroken, and that's what was delaying your progress or connection to each other. Or even if this is your work, somebody was stuck. Maybe it was in their head. Maybe it was a broken heart. Like for example, somebody could have just gone through a divorce and they couldn't take the job, or they couldn't take the position, or, maybe they weren't focused and you were thinking of having to let them go, right? But it's because they were trying to hold on for dear life and they wanted security. They were heartbroken. They weren't capable of making choices, and this heartbreak doesn't have to necessarily come from romance. It could have come from losing all their money, right? It could have come from heartbreak over a different job. So in other words, it just feels like in some way somebody was traumatized, and because they were traumatized, they were really not willing to move forward or make a connection. They were kind of stuck, and somebody was kind of stuck up in their head and wondering, not sure about things. They wanted to play it safe because look what's on the bottom of the deck. That's your energy. But then there you come. Now it's almost like, well, somebody's about to rise again. Somebody's about to resurrect. Can we get a little bit more here? Maybe, Scorpio, you are somebody's road back to life. No, they're still carrying a heavy burden. They're still trying to do too much. Somebody is here that's trying to do way too much. Maybe because they think they have to, because on some level, they were made to not feel good enough. But you just said, God, take time to breathe out. So why is this here? Somebody needed time to breathe out for certain. Positive movement forward. That's why. This is the ending of a really tough cycle. I said that already. This is maybe the first time in a long time that there seems to be relief. And whether this is happening to you or somebody that is important to you or somebody that's going to be important to you, there's finally a sense of, I'm going to be okay. So if you've been in a situation with somebody who just seemed stuck or seemed like they didn't want to move forward, or they were giving you mixed messages, or that they weren't fully meeting the potential you thought they had. Whatever position this is in, whatever situation this is in, this could be your love life, this could be your career, this could be your own private business. Whatever this is, it's almost like you kind of felt like they weren't good. That's what I'm feeling. It's not just moving forward. I could keep saying moving forward. It's not moving forward. Somebody wasn't living up to their full potential because they weren't capable of it, because they were so bogged down and burdened by the trauma that they had been experiencing or they had experienced. And it was almost like a clog in their brain, and certainly a clog in their heart. Well, this is when the clog in the heart gets removed and the cork gets popped, and we can start flowing again. So for the first time, there's like hope. Why? Because somebody's open to it now. Now what I want to see is what happens to remove the clog. What changes? What is the shift? A change in the wind. So that implies it really was the energy of the universe. There was something very heavy that was bogging this person down. A change in the wind occurs. But God, thank you so much for that. But can you clarify, what is the event? What does the event look like that shifts the energy in Scorpio's life? A party or a celebration, a get-together with friends, or people celebrating you. The event could also be that you're finally around people that like you and don't make you feel like a fool, or people that want to support you, people that believe in you, people that not just compliment you, but mean it. And they have the star card. You all have similar aspirations. It's almost like you have found your tribe of people who admire you, and you admire the same things, and you aspire to be the same thing, something that you had wished for or hope, or this is a public social event. That's what I'm saying, because that's Aquarius energy with the Three of Cups. Could very well be a specific social event that you're going to be going to. That's the catalyst when you meet somebody, when something breaks through. In the past, this had been coming. Maybe you'd been waiting for this event to come for a while. Maybe you had a lot of options, a lot of opportunities, or you couldn't wait to get to this time, to this date. Whatever that is, you'd know the date. I wouldn't be able to tell you the date, but you could have started planning this 8 days ago, 8 weeks ago, 8 months ago. It's an 8. So But it seems like it moved pretty quickly. So maybe this was something you had to act on very quickly, had to get yourself in it, had to sign you up, like something that you had to kind of plan. Maybe not plan, but you had to jump on it. And then this is like that gathering. So that's the change in the wind, and that marks when something finally opens up. And we're going to continue this in the extended. This is really interesting. I'll see you guys there.